The easiest thing that you can do to start operating at the right frequency is this is all about choosing love. Some of you might be a little bit skeptical of this one, but I was for sure. But this is very, very important. It was a very, very hard concept for me to kind of grasp. And when I first got ill, I had a lot of anger. And I understand what it's like when you have, in a lot of cases, an invisible illness. People can tend to think that, it's all in your head or you're making it up. And, you're kind of fighting that battle every day, every morning you get up, and it's that battle you're fighting against yourself. And, I did that for a couple of years. And I'm telling you, you just waste a lot of energy with that mindset of anger and fear. And what I kind of wanted you guys to understand is the concept around frequency. So this is something that we've started to learn in the last 5 to 10 years. And I've discussed this with a few scientists who have been working around kind of energetic fields around the body. And it's extremely, extremely interesting. So my tradition, actually, I come from a Hindu background, and within Hindus and the old kind of Indian traditions, they believe in the chakra system. So a lot of you who do yoga, meditation, you might have come across the different chakras that people have, the body and the kind of whole chakra system. And, they've known for centuries about the fact that, there's two aspects. There's the physical body, and then there's the energetic body. And illness usually occurs when these two systems are kind of slightly out of alignment. And when you hear stuff about healing chakras and things like that, it's usually when there is an opening. And when that system is disrupted, that's when you can get hit by illness. You can get hit by different types of pathogens, toxins, etc. So, fundamentally what we're trying to do with all the work that we're doing here is kind of bring those systems back into balance. Because as soon as you do that, then that illness and your symptoms start to kind of drop off. So in terms of frequency, there's a lot of stuff out there right now. I don't know if you've heard of kind of Rife frequencies. That's been very, very popular these days. There's different types of meditation, there's yoga, there's all sorts of different methods to bring the system back into alignment. The easiest thing that you can do to start operating at the right frequency is by changing your thoughts and by changing the way you feel inside. As I mentioned before, we want to get you away from kind of choosing fear, because fear is the worst frequency that you can operate at. If you imagine, let's say your body's operating at a frequency of 200, okay, that's the normal frequency, okay, and fear brings that down to 20 or 10, okay. So if you're in that frequency for the majority of the day, okay, illness thrives. All the pathogens, all the issues that you have, all the symptoms, right, they love operating at that frequency. So in terms of how do we change that around, we start doing the complete opposite. So what's the opposite of fear, right? What can fear not survive in? It cannot survive in thoughts of love and a body of love, right? So I know what you're thinking. I don't know what love is. I've never really had it. How can I love when I don't even know what that is? I mean, I kind of felt that at times as well. I mean, growing up, I came from a family where it was very difficult to kind of show love and show emotion. Even hugging family members was kind of a strange thing. So the one person who gave a lot of love in my family was my mother, but unfortunately I lost her at a young age. It was hard for me, and I'm sure it's hard for a lot of you when you don't know what that emotion is. And when people talk about, loving yourself, and what does that actually mean? I've been there, but it's a concept that, I would definitely recommend that you start to understand. So the ways that you can do it. So love, as I mentioned, it's a much higher frequency, higher than 200, right? So if you start operating at that frequency, your average frequency will start to range, so it will start to increase, okay? Your energetic system and your physical system will start to slowly align as well. One great tool for achieving a higher frequency is something called a heart math meditation. Okay, some of you might have heard of this. It's called heart coherence. It's where your brain and your heart are kind of matched up, and it's a very easy kind of thing to do. And all it involves is you can go online, you can go on Google, check out heart math, and heart coherence, right? It's when the body and the heart are synced up, okay? That's when you can actually develop the highest frequency. So what I tend to do with heart meditations, it's very simple. You just put your hand on your heart and you feel yourself breathing. You can put your other hand on your stomach as well, okay? And you just feel yourself breathing. You could do this lying down, you could sit up, whatever, and just picture in your mind something that you love, okay? So it could be anything. It could be your partner, it could be a member of your family, it could be something that you imagine yourself doing. It needs to initiate that kind of fuzzy, loving feeling inside yourself, okay? Once you get that loving feeling inside yourself, that's the right frequency that we're going for, okay? What I do is I've got cats, as I think I've mentioned in previous videos. Animals are amazing. Animals are the most grounded things that you can possibly have around you. If you just look at an animal, if you look at a cat or a dog when they're resting, right, you will just feel at peace because they're naturally grounded to the earth. You know, everything that they do is grounded. Whereas humans, a lot of us, we're in our head, we're up here, you know, we're living in flats, we're living everywhere, we're living everywhere apart from our bodies. What you'll find with animals is they are naturally grounded to the earth. So if you can tap into an animal, what I'll tend to do is I'll just look at my cat when it's lying there and I'll just be breathing and I'll just feel the love from the cat. Occasionally I'll be stroking it, right? And I'll even try to like match my heartbeat with the cat's heartbeat, because I know that that cat is operating at the right frequency, okay? That cat is operating at a frequency which is very grounded, very loving, and you know, that works for me. Something else might work for you guys, but you want to initiate that kind of fuzzy feeling inside yourself, okay? So it's completely the kind of antipathy to fear. It's the opposite of fear, it's love. And the more that you can get yourself into that state, okay, the higher the frequency will rise and the better results you're going to have. So that's a quick one, guys. As I said, every day we're looking at elevating our mood, right? Use whatever tools that you have in your toolbox, and you have them in your toolbox, right? You were not always this way. There were times where you did love stuff, where it could be music and stuff like that. Get back to that, right? Start operating at that frequency. You can start small, okay? You know, even a few hours a day, you know, these things kind of build up over time, right? It's all about operating in the higher frequency for a longer period of time during the day.